Welcome back to Halo, specifically the control room. Right now you should be armed with the rocket launcher. Go ahead and blast that first flood and swap out the rocket launcher for the hammer. Hide behind this rock over here, and you should also have a battle rifle. Switch to that. And we're going to basically wipe out the flood on the ground floor.
Control room's at the top of that tower, Chief. Go!
Headshot any that don't have shields. I'd recommend letting Arbiter dish out his own form of pain with his twin plasma rifles against the shielded forms. He's just standing there taking it. There, oh, okay. Arbiter beat me to it. There are 3 waves of flood here. I'll show you how to eliminate the first one. And then the rest pretty much follow the same rule of thumb. He does not look comfortable. Alright, let's peek out. That's a lot of zombies. Just take them out from a distance. Obviously the biggest threats here are going to be the elite forms with the shields. Arbiter can take care of those, while you rack up some points with the non-shielded forms. Killing all the initial flood will allow us to scale the tower without any sort of opposition. So it is important to kill them first. Wow! Okay, if you haven't seen Arbiter take action yet, this is definitely the level to see him dish out some pain. I have seen him take on like 6 of these guys at once. I mean, he is getting gangbanged. But winning. I mean, wow, why couldn't we see this kind of effort on Sierra 117? And now trigger the next 2 waves before you start scaling the tower. Alright, it is time to get your jump on. We have 2 rather complicated jumps ahead. Each will play out a little bit differently, but will pretty much shortcut you to the top of the tower. You should have frag grenades, plasma grenades, and a hammer at this point. Alright, for the first jump we're going to hop on this little ledge right here, toss down a frag grenade, and jump to the first ledge. Now your shields will have taken some damage, so wait for a stalker to jump down and melee him, boom, for shields, just like that. Now prime your plasmas, throw it down, jump and use the hammer at the same time, and that should boost you up to the backbone of the tower. Now you can just scale up without having to worry about taking any damage. Now if this jump seems a little bit complicated to you, my recommendation is practice it on easy without any skulls on until you've mastered it. It's really simple, you just have to know when to jump and the timing. Okay, now jump over this little ledge right here and over to the snowbank. And from here, you can just wait for Johnson, the Sentinels, and Arbiter to mop up the flood in and around the tower.
Well, we are fine.
And Guilty Spark has gone rampant. You're going to want to jump around like so to avoid his little death beam, his super laser. Funny how he never used that when he was on our side. You can choose to hit him with rockets or whatever if you want to, but really it doesn't make much difference. You just need to wait for him to get close to you and use his little push force thing to pin you against the wall. Oh, that sounds kind of wrong. And wait for Johnson to laser him. Now just go ahead and pick up the laser. Johnson won't be needing it anymore. Give it up. Give it up. There we go. Now just take your time and laser Tinkerbell. Okay, he's almost dead. And Guilty Spark is down for the count. You're almost there. The only opposition that remains between you and the Warthog is a flock of sentinels, whatever you call a group of sentinels, and an army of Flood.
The frigate. We still have a chance.
Let Arbiter deal with it because he's got the plasma rifle, and that is a sentinel's weakness. You're just going to want to kind of tail Arbiter. You'll also be fortunate enough that the Flood and the sentinels will be pretty much trying to kill each other, giving you a avenue of safety.
Find the doorway in the cliffs, Chief. The dawn is on the other side.
Just follow this path, and if you need shields, you can bash any of the Flood. Or let Arbiter do it for you. Just don't get sliced by Arbiter's sword. Apparently he doesn't know the difference between you and a zombie. Okay, it looks like the sentinels are pretty occupied. So we're just gonna sneak on in. They should all look kind of familiar to you. And the Flood and the sentinels be engaged in a battle. So just sit back and watch the fireworks. And if you're wondering where Arbiter went, his policy is always jump right in. I'd recommend picking up a couple of plasma rifles because you'll be dealing with a few carriers ahead, and when they explode, the plasma rifles will be able to mop up the infection forms very nicely. Pretty much all elite forms in here with plasma rifles, so just steer clear. And let Arbiter do most of the work. I sometimes feel the need to pitch on in. There's no point in letting Arbiter have all the fun. Though I would wait until at least all the sentinels are dead, because those beams can kill you quick. Okay, you have like 4 or 5 carriers ahead. Now again, let Arbiter do the work, let him take the blunt of the damage. I am using the sentinel beam right now, not because it's effective, but because there's really no other time in the campaign where you can and not get killed. So, what the heck? Can if you want to, you don't have to. But since you probably don't have any plasma grenades at this point, it's a little bit hard to stick the carriers, so you're going to have to deal with them this way.